Here's a fun conditioning exercise to kind of throw in at the end of a workout. Look, it's conditioning. This is basically an endurance, strength endurance kind of movement, and power endurance in a sense. Primarily, you're targeting the ankles and the muscles that drive the ankles. Essentially your calves and to a degree your tibialis anterior, and then all the small muscles in and around the ankles themselves. They're just bunny hops. You get down into a catcher's squat, hands behind your back so you can't use any momentum. And it's really just to help you bounce out the ankles, get some ballistic repetitions in there, and just kind of drive them through. Now you will feel stuff upstream, up into the legs because you're down in the catcher squat, but because you're in the catcher squat and you're not moving those muscles through any range of motion, you're not doing anything appreciable there. And I should mention, you're not going to be developing any major sense of power here. You're going to get a little bit of endurance and conditioning on the power that already exists, but you're not really going to be building anything here. You're definitely not going to be building any strength here, i.e. this is a conditioning move, it is an endurance move, and it is really just designed to kind of get in and get you focusing on a small set of muscles that often get kind of neglected. So I'm going to back up a little bit, I'm going to demonstrate this for you, and then we'll talk just a little bit more. Like I said, you're going to want to throw this in at the end of a workout. This is not a prime mover. This is what you would consider probably a finishing exercise. And it definitely helps just kind of drive everything home. Again, you're not going to be building with this. You're going to be conditioning with this. And, this is one of those things. This is kind of one of those like old school Kung Fu exercises. Sigan Kwok talked about it. We used to warm up in classes with it. You could use this as a warm up if you don't do it for too long. And, this is just one of those old school things. When you didn't have regulated weight equipment or other resistance methods or exercise science to rely on, you just kind of had to go with things and how things felt and how they made you feel and just tracking your progress over time. And of course, that's not a perfect mechanism, right? We look back at like old school bodybuilding and old school physical culture before, and there's a lot of stuff in there that we look at now and just go, it didn't do what they thought it did. But because they were doing so much stuff with such regularity and at such intensity and such volumes and everything, they were just kind of able to make stuff work. And these guys ended up with these amazing physiques. You talk about these classical physiques, i.e. the classical period, like Greek statue physiques. Well, those physiques didn't come out of nowhere, right? Being able to see the visible muscle was due to lower body fat levels, but the muscle also has to be built up to a degree, and you can see it on these guys, right? They had kind of like the thick, blocky waists and small chests, big arms, big backs, moderate legs. Like, they weren't by no means Mr. Olympia bodybuilders or anything like that. If anything, they looked almost more like CrossFit athletes do, except with smaller chests because, they didn't think much of this forward pressing kind of movements like we do with push-ups, bench press, and then all the various flies and pullovers and all those other accessory movements. So you tended to see smaller chests back then, but it doesn't matter. The point is that these old school exercises can still be cool and they can still serve a purpose, but it's important to know where they fit in. So if you're just kind of feeling stale on finishers, or if you just feel like you want just a little bit extra to burn out with, these bunny hops are great. That's what I know them as, is bunny hops. But yeah, you just get down into a catcher's squat, but instead of having your hands in front like a catcher, hands behind your back, and you start hopping around. You could do this in Tabata intervals. You could do this for length, like Kung Fu laps, which is the way that I've always done them. You could just do them until you feel like doing them. And if you don't have a run to do them, you can do them in place. But I'm going to tell you right now, doing them laterally or, horizontally across a plane is going to do more for you than just bouncing up and down in a catcher's squat will. it does change how those muscles work. We know this from jumping studies. That'll be another video for another time. Anyway, cool exercise, fun finisher, and I'll talk to you guys later. Good journey. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. Check us out on our other socials, and please head over to blacksunboxing.com to get a little more info, including how to contact us. Furthermore, if you are in the Phoenix area, please feel free to stop in, say hi, join in for a class, whatever. Also, if you ever see us cite sources or just for additional content, please check out our Substack. That is where we put all of the sources we use in our videos and is a major part of this. Plus, it serves as a membership platform for long distance learning and for people who would like to support us but aren't local. We would greatly appreciate it if you signed up. Even just the free membership helps us out a lot. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. Good journey.